Come with me.
What?
To meet the wizard.
Why couldn't possibly? This is your moment. I'm coming.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're pulling back the Emerald Curtain, exploring behind-the-scenes facts about 2024's Wicked film adaptation.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz summons you to the Emerald City.
Number 10. A year-long intermission.
Let me tell you the whole story.
Watching the Wicked trailers, you might have noticed that most of the clips center on Elphaba and Galinda's time at Shiz University, with Defying Gravity as the big centerpiece. There are virtually no scenes from the stage version's second half. That's because Act 2 isn't getting the cinematic treatment until 2025.
Listen to me! You're not being told the whole story!
You can't permit this.
I'm afraid it's out of our hands.
In April 2022, director John M. Chu confirmed that Wicked would be a two-part adaptation. The filmmakers concluded that the story couldn't be told in one feature without removing songs and characters. Like 2021's Dune, the advertising for Wicked has tiptoed around the fact that it's only half the story.
This is only the beginning.
Whether or not general audiences realize this, Wicked's pre-sale tickets have already made it one of the most popular films on Fandango.
If we're ending on Defying Gravity, then everything has to lead to still be satisfying as a movie.
Number 9. A long yellow brick road from stage to screen.
Just follow the road. It's gonna lead you right to me.
In 2008, Universal extended producer Mark Platt's contract with 3 projects in the pipeline: a Wanted sequel, a Jesus Christ Superstar remake, and an adaptation of Wicked. Universal pushed forward with the Wicked movie following the success of 2012's Les Miserables. In 2014, Platt said he wasn't, quote, in a hurry to make a Wicked movie, with the stage version still being a soaring success. After initially eyeing a 2016 release, Universal slated Wicked for December 20th, 2019. That release date was ultimately given to Tom Hooper's Cats instead. Despite that enormous flop, Universal hoped to release Wicked in 2021. COVID got in the way, with Hollywood strikes further delaying production. Wicked would be ready for 2024, more than 2 decades after the musical's Broadway premiere.
You're the one the wizard has been waiting for.
Number 8. Past attempts at adapting Gregory Maguire's book.
Popular. I know about popular. Oh, I see.
Before Wicked made it to Broadway, Hollywood considered adapting Gregory Maguire's 1995 novel into a movie. Demi Moore reportedly optioned the book early on. Maguire granted the film rights to Universal, which planned to make a live-action film with Mark Platt producing.
I was developing the novel as a film project. And one day, Stephen called me and said, I understand you're developing a film based on Wicked. Did you ever think of turning it into a musical?
The studio struggled to find a satisfying script, though. The project was also seen as a financial gamble. After Stephen Schwartz came across the book, he got Maguire and Platt on board with turning Wicked into a stage musical. Even after Wicked became a Broadway phenomenon, there was still talk about doing a non-musical adaptation of Maguire's book.
Why is it you're always causing some sort of commotion?
I don't cause commotions, I am one.
Between 2009 and 2011, ABC and Salma Hayek teamed up to produce an 8-hour miniseries based on the book, but it never took flight. Number 7. Alternative casting and talent throughout the years.
It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity.
As early whispers of a Wicked movie circulated, Lea Michele and Amy Adams were seen as dream casting choices. In 2014, Harry Styles was rumored to be a potential Fiyero. The same year, Nicole Scherzinger was reportedly in talks to play Elphaba. To direct, J.J. Abrams, Rob Marshall, and Ryan Murphy were considered until the studio landed on Stephen Daldry. The Billy Elliot director remained attached until 2020, with Chu stepping in.
Well, whenever anyone asks me, like, what's the one movie you want to do? If there was one, I'd always say it'd be Wicked.
Dove Cameron, Renee Rapp, and Amanda Seyfried were in the running for Galinda.
Oh my god, I would love to do it. I'd love to do it. I mean, I think every girl on the face of the planet would love to be a part of Wicked.
Before the part went to Ariana Grande, who auditioned 5 times. Meanwhile, Cynthia Erivo was cast as Elphaba, while Jonathan Bailey beat out Ryan McCartan, Nick, and Joe Jonas for Fiyero.
Dancing through life, mindless and careless. Make sure you're wearless when you're dancing through
Number 6. Practical on-set magic.
We gotta build Emerald City. We gotta build Munchkin Land.
To see all that detail, all of it adds to the things that you can imagine.
Even decades later, 1939's The Wizard of Oz still contains some of cinema's most iconic and awe-inspiring sets. Chu wanted to bring that same practical magic to his interpretation of Oz. While the film isn't shying away from CGI, Chu's team aimed to build as much as possible from the ground up.
All of this didn't just take production design, it took special effects, it took visual effects.
It's pretty mind-blowing to think that it can go from drawings and ideas and a dream to sitting here today.
Real mud was used for the yellow brick road, and millions of tulips were planted for Munchkin Land. Even the train that takes Elphaba and Galinda to the Emerald City would involve a practical set piece, which weighed 16 tons and took 2 days to move.
We had a 16-ton Emerald City train that actually moved on tracks that they could jump onto, and we had
Never forget it.
Never forget it.
In addition to films like The Truman Show and Pleasantville, Chu drew inspiration from Steven Spielberg's Hook, citing large physical sets like the pirate ship.
That is so real.
Number 5. How mushrooms inspired the costumes.
Every single costume in this movie is a piece of art.
This is the reason I'm here, to create new iconic images of who these characters are.
Costume designer Paul Tazwell has received a Tony for Hamilton, an Emmy for The Wiz Live, and an Oscar nomination for Steven Spielberg's adaptation of West Side Story. He also previously worked with Cynthia Erivo on 2019's Harriet. While the Wicked stage musical and the Oz franchise as a whole provided a basis, Tazwell wanted Elphaba and Galinda's costumes to feel specifically tailored to Erivo and Grande.
I wanted to bring my own voice to the world of Wicked, embodied by Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba and Ariana Grande as Glinda. Their interpretation of who these characters are was always going to be new and different and exciting.
Expressing who the characters are through their outfits, Tazwell found an unlikely inspiration in a mushroom documentary. Tazwell saw the textures and patterns in mushrooms as a visual language. Mushrooms and fungus were top of mind while defining Elphaba's grounded look, which offsets Galinda's bubbly outfits that practically float off the floor.
I wish you could touch these clothes. There's just all of this pink and fluff.
Number 4. Ariana Grande's history with the musical.
You looking for something or someone?
One could argue that Grande's audition to play Galinda started when she was 10 years old. Attending a performance of Wicked, Grande and her grandmother got to meet Kristen Chenoweth backstage. Chenoweth recognized Grande's talent as she sang a verse from Popular. Over the following years, Grande made her Broadway debut and became a TV star on Nickelodeon. She also took the initial steps toward becoming a pop sensation, being featured in the Wicked-inspired Popular song. Celebrating the musical's 15th anniversary, Grande performed The Wizard and I on NBC's telecast of A Very Wicked Halloween. Where Grande sang one of Elphaba's songs, Erivo performed Galinda's Thank Goodness solo on PBS's Wicked in concert.
Getting your dreams, it's strange, but it seems a little well complicated.
Not long after, Grande and Erivo would swap songs. Number 3. Idina Menzel wanted to play Elphaba on screen.
I'm not casting anybody but myself.
Idina Menzel won a Tony Award for her performance as Elphaba on Broadway. When a Wicked movie entered development, Menzel made it no secret that she wanted to reprise her role. It wouldn't have been the first time Menzel brought a character from stage to screen, joining her fellow Rent alumni in the 2005 film version. In 2014, Menzel acknowledged that it might make more sense for her to play Elphaba's mother at this point. Still, Menzel said she would die to be in the film. By 2021, Grande and Erivo were cast as the leads.
I haven't given her any advice because she doesn't need any advice. I think she's so incredibly talented. I'm just really
proud of it. I'm proud that it's going to reach an even wider audience.
Although Menzel was, quote, very excited about the casting, she admitted it was hard to let go of Elphaba and felt a little sad about aging out of the role.
Yes, I'm very excited, and I know it's in great hands, and I've sent so much love to Cynthia and Ariana, and I'm there for them if they need me. And yes, I'm a little sad that I'm just older and can't play the role, you know?
Number 2. Changes from the stage musical.
Something has changed within me.
She doesn't give a twig what anyone thinks.
Something is not the same.
Being a 2-part event allows the filmmakers to preserve most of the stage musical's songs and plot points. It also opens the door for new characters like Miss Caudle, played by Keala Settle of The Greatest Showman. Established characters will be further explored too. Part 1 dedicates more time to Elphaba's relationships with Madame Morrible and her sister Nessa Rose, not to mention her difficult upbringing in Munchkinland.
Stop!
Erivo suggested a few tweaks to Elphaba, such as her nails and hair. Chu will take a few liberties with the musical numbers, moving part of Dancing Through Life to a rotating library, and giving the Ozdust Ballroom a nightclub makeover.
Viera.
Oh, Oz.
I see that the responsibility to corrupt my fellow students falls to me.
Other additions draw straight from Maguire's book and the L. Frank Baum classics that started it all.
Welcome, new students. Expect the unexpected.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Don't expect any new songs yet.
The wonderful thing about this particular version is it grows, and there's a couple of added elements to it that you don't get from the stage version.
In 2017, before Wicked got split into 2 films, it was reported that Stephen Schwartz had teased 3 new songs written for the screen adaptation. He also suggested they might make room for a song cut from the Broadway version. In a conflicting report, Schwartz claimed he hadn't written any new music, but the Wicked movie would have, quote, at least 2 new tunes.
Like a hint, like something's coming, some ideas coming into my head.
When the movie soundtrack was unveiled, it featured 11 Act 1 songs, covering everything from No One Mourns the Wicked to Defying Gravity.
Tell them how I am defying gravity.
You actually did it. You can do anything.
I know.
Yet no new songs were listed. Likewise, the Films for Your Consideration page doesn't list a Best Original Song contender. While one short section is added to One Short Day, no new songs are written from scratch. Nevertheless, Schwartz has continued to hint at 1 or 2 new songs, although we likely won't hear them until Part 2.
What is this feeling?
I got us tickets.
You coming?
Everyone will be there.
Do any of you Ozians have a Wicked secret to share? Let us know in the comments.
If there are no further questions, I'm gonna go.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.